Alright guys, we're back with some more Muv-Luv alternative. Last time... What happened? I don't know, nothing crazy. I think we just finished... Oh, we're doing a training. First training mission with Sumika. Let's see if they actually show it, because they usually don't. But yeah, let's just go into it. Actually, can we get a replay?
初めての連携で背部突入20回中11回の破壊と7回の制圧は驚異的とも言える数字よ。
It's a good ratio.
特に最後の3回 S 難度の実戦モードを全て制圧で終わらせたことはもはや神業だわ。正直
Oops. Same here, honestly. I think we were all pretty giddy about that.
みんなよくやったわ。あんたたちは最高のエースよ。
Thank you, ma'am. They really did do an awesome job. Everyone seems to be brimming with confidence now. Now that we've got definite intel on each and every hive, and we know they're building us another Susanoo, our team's morale is at an all-time high. And after getting results like that, well, I think anyone would get a little cocky. 当面の基本フォーメーションとする。この数字が出た以上、誰も文句ないでしょ。昨日も言ったけど、あとは成功率 100% を当たり前にするだけよ。いいわね。了解。Yes, ma'am.
伝達です。明日の11時に部隊に機体が引き渡され、13時より稼働可能となります。
So they finished the overhaul, huh? Then I guess we'll finally be piloting TSFs with live S11s. Gotta admit I'm a little nervous about it.
聞いての通りよ。全員13時からハンガーに入って各種調整。15時から第二演習場で実機演習よ。
Yes, ma'am.
明日以降は基本的に午前シミュレーター訓練、午後は実機演習とするわ。
Lots of training on the docket.
鏡はスサノオが組み上がるまでデータリンクで演習に参加。いいわね。はい。
Huh, I didn't know Sumika's simulator could do that. The interior of it looks pretty much identical to ours, so it's weird to think it would have all sorts of unique little... Oh wait, she doesn't need to use the physical controls at all. The cockpit's probably just for show, isn't it? That makes a lot more sense. Sure, everyone knows the Susanoo is different from traditional TSFs, but it raised a few eyebrows if she didn't at least have basic control sticks in there. That must be why they designed it to look just like ours. Yeah, that's just smart camouflage.
100% になったら作戦前に1日休暇が取れるように申請してあげる。以上よ。解散。すごいわね、鏡。とても初めて直延機部隊と連携したなんて。
Surely we'll see some training. Look, she got her pink outfit on. It's cool. It's a cool color.
ありがとう。でもシミュレーターでずっとやってたから。
なるほど。私たちの起動データさえあればシミュレーター上で再現可能だからな。
それでも再現率は 100% じゃないんだからすごいよ。タケルといい、スミカさんといい、副司令が連れてくる人たちはみんな天才兵士だね。
頼もしいですよね。そんなことないよ。みんなだってすごいよ。
I can't believe they've bonded so much in just one day. They were already being nice to her because she's a newcomer, but after seeing her fight, they're clearly fascinated by her combat abilities as well. I mean, that's perfectly normal, of course. I certainly got a different reception in this timeline compared to the previous ones.
ねえねえ鏡、一つ聞きたいんだけど。何？あの家電粒子砲、鏡は実際に撃ったことあるの？私も聞きたいです。
I don't know how she should answer that. Maybe she can say she has, since she's specifically been training for the Susanoo. But she can't really reveal that she was the one that fired it on Sadokishima.
どんな感じ？やっぱりスカッとするの？
家電粒子砲はイカれる人類の鉄槌だよね。僕も撃ってみたいな。
鎧詩人だね。すごい迫力だよね。シミュレーターだって分かっていても。
I mean, it would be satisfying shooting a giant laser.
私たちは実写を間近で見ているからな。あの時の記憶がイメージを補完するのであろう。
Okay, this conversation's starting to veer into some dangerous territory. Maybe I should interject here.
僕は軌道にも興味があるな。重力制御機に乗ったらどういう感じなのかな。
私はふわふわしているイメージ。
Nice and floaty.
鏡、秘密だったら遠慮なくそう言ってね。みんな単に興味で聞いてるだけだから。
Nice one, class rap. I knew I could count on you.
ごめんね。そういうこと一切言っちゃいけないの。
そっか。まあそうだよね。
ごめんね。
鏡、気にするでない。そなたは軍人として正しい対応をしただけだ。
そうそう気にしないで。私にしてみれば聞くのはただだからさ。つい調子に乗っちゃうんだよね。
じゃあ次から有料化。
How much?
それどういうこと？
Do they even get paid? I feel like they've asked this before.
鈴宮が
Are they on salary?
から。
なんですって？
自分で言ったのに怒るのはおかしい。
はいはい、その辺にしておきなさい。それ以上やっても無駄よ。千鶴、あやみねとやり合うには茜は直情的すぎるわ。
It's hard to argue against,
が自分のためよ。
to be fair.
そんなことないよ。
さすが千鶴さん。対計算戦術に関しては眼蓄が違うね。
鈴宮元気だしな。
あんたが言うな。
おかしいでしょ。いつもこんな感じなんだよ。鏡が鈴宮はおかしいって。
Okay.
あんたもよ。
What? Sumita just laughed. She actually laughed. I know that's a pretty mundane thing to get all spun up about, but holy crap. It feels like it's been forever since I last saw Sumita this relaxed. Thanks so much, you guys. I guess being around other people really made all the difference for her. Alright, time for me to join in. Sounds like you guys are having fun. What are you all talking about?
別になんでもないよ。
Hahaha, looks like Ayamne got under your skin, huh? I could tell.
白金目が腐ってるんじゃないの？誰がコテンパンよ、誰が。
Yep, I can tell from your voice. You're really calm about this.
どう見てもそなたであろう。
もう、三剣まで。
Trust me, I totally feel your pain, but it's best to just give up. You ever heard of a thing called survival of the fittest?
何言ってんの？
In Squad 207B, the law of the jungle was in full effect. You guys over in 207A may have had more organized social structure, but ours was a wasteland where only the most brutal of monsters got a say. Don't feel bad that you can't hang.
はあ、
It's a little over-exaggerating, but okay. If anything, it just goes to show that you're far more civilized than us. You should be proud.
白金。怪獣って誰のこと？
鏡見れば。
結構よ。
Hey, nice job, class rep. You didn't even flinch. You really are getting better.
ひどいですよタケルさん。いくらなんでも榊さんが怪獣だなんて。
タマセ
Tama, I'm proud for you for standing up for what you believe in, but you kind of missed the point. Look how cocky she is too, man. Classic Tama.
鎧
Talking about everyone. Not quite, Makoto. I mean, you're still definitely getting warmer, but still.
そなたたちタケルは己以外すべて怪獣だと言っているのだぞ
Yeah, we're dissing everyone.
タケルさん。
Except for you, Mickey. You're not a monster. No one can call Tama a monster, man.
ひどいなぁ。
That's just blasphemy. Took you guys long enough.
なんだかわからないけど、なんとなくわかったわ。千鶴、苦労したんだね。
あかね
だから鈴宮も頑張れ。だからなんで綾峰が言うのよ。
Hahaha. What do you think, Sumika? These guys are pretty... Or these guys are pretty crazy, huh?
楽しいね。
I guess she's still pretty nervous. It is only her second day, so I can't really blame her. I'm sure it would be different if Kasumi was here with us.
この者の周囲には常に笑いがあるこの者がいなくとも先ほどのように私たちが笑い合えるようになったのはタケルのおかげなのだ
Whoa, where's this coming from? You're hyping me up way too much.
何照れてるのよ本当のことでしょ小隊長
When are you gonna stop calling me that?
タケルさんはそうやってみんなの緊張をほぐしてくれてるんですよね。
Do we? I mean, maybe in later stuff. I wouldn't say that for like the whole story.
へえ。
I remember back in the day when he used to have like negging riz where he would like yell at people a lot, but it would work. But that was a long time ago in Extra. Come on, guys, this is getting weird. Can we stop talking about this? You're killing me here.
そなたはタケルと特殊任務を共にする機会も多いのであろう道中さぞや賑やかなのであろうな
え？
ああ任務に関わることおいそれと答えるわけにはいかないのであったな
そうじゃないんだけど。
まして立ち入ったことを聞くつもりもなかったのだ
そんな別に。
He is really trying to talk to Sumika, but it's not going that well. I can't really tell if that's because of the image Sumika saw or just because she's nervous.
なんか白金って意外に人望あるんだね。びっくり。
Huh? That wasn't very nice, Suzumiya. Words can hurt, you know.
言うのはただだから。
And how would you know?
どうした
私そろそろ行くね。
Look at the decals on her suit too, so I'm just appreciating it. It's a little different. A little more detail. Huh?
一緒に夕食食べないの
副司令のところへ行かなきゃならないから。
Huh? But why? Does she need to purify her ODL already?
そうかそれは仕方がないな
There's no way just spending time around other people puts that much burden on her brain. Sensei would have mentioned something like that.
じゃあまた明日ね。
またね
頑張ってくださいね。じゃあまた。
じゃあ私たちも行きましょうか
じゃあね。
たける後でね
ではな
たけるさんまたね。
Oh, not gonna get changed with the others? What, dude? Why are you staring at me like that?
わからないでもないか。
See what? What are you talking about?
なんでもない。じゃあね。
Hey. Man, what's up with her? Well, whatever. More importantly, what's going on with Sumita? She said she was pretty tired yesterday too. Is she doing okay? I assume she was just nervous, but maybe she's not feeling well or something. Well, Sensei is monitoring her vitals at all times, so I'm sure she's come running if something went wrong. I guess I shouldn't be too worried. Besides, she was laughing earlier. That was definitely new and undeniable proof of how much progress she's made. If she wasn't feeling herself, there's no way she would have been able to laugh like that. It's only been 2 days since she got this stable. I'm probably just being impatient is all.
白金
You're quick as always. Already done changing? Whoa, I can smell the soap wafting off her. Don't be weird.
おー貴様いい度胸だな。
Huh? What made you say that?
就任して初めての招待長ミーティングをすっぽかす気か？
We got a meeting? Wait, a meeting? As flight commander? Oh, crap. I was so focused on Sumita, I completely forgot. I'll go to change right away.
もう始まるぞ。そのままでいいから来い。
Okay. Well, it's a little awkward. Oh, we didn't get to see it. Okay. Man, that was something else. Well, I can't say I was prepared for this. I knew the whole shtick about being a flight commander in name only wasn't gonna mean I had no new responsibilities. But even so, they definitely made me play the part today, though I guess that shouldn't be a surprise. They didn't call me out for a meeting yesterday, so I'm guessing the other two were doing a lot of prep work to help me make the transition. We reviewed our training footage and tried to find mistakes in the formations, checked the fluctuations in everyone's vital signs, dug into our movement data. Being a flight commander sure ain't easy. But I guess this is the kind of grunt work that ultimately helps our unit work so effectively on the battlefield. While each subordinate works independently to eliminate their mistakes, the flight commander works under the assumption that everyone will mess up at some point, and develops contingency plans accordingly. Like Lieutenant Hayase once said, it's crazy to think that Captain Isumi was able to fulfill all the duties of being a unit commander without ever letting any of us see how difficult it was. Now that I'm in a similar position, I can truly appreciate how impressive that is. Though I guess it only made sense that she'd take it seriously. She said she'd lost several of her subordinates before. One wrong order could get someone killed, and it won't always be at the hands of the enemy. After all, the further into the hive we go, the less space we'll have to maneuver, making the Rutherford field of the Susanoo a threat as well. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that. That's actually gonna be tricky in like a corridor setting. Luckily the tunnels are big, because obviously the Susanoo can fit in them, so. But yeah, that's definitely something to think about. In fact, 2 of our failures today were due to most of our estrage coming too close to the Rutherford field and self-destructing, leaving the Susanoo sitting duck for the beta to swarm in and capture. Even in the 17 times we were successful, not everyone survived. We never had a perfect survival rate, not even once. In a world like this, it doesn't matter whether the surface pilots survive for a mission to be considered a success. It's just an added bonus if they do. Not that I ever thought the first lieutenant were just writing off our lives, of course, but today was the first time I saw just how much work they put into keeping us safe. This isn't the sort of job you can give to a person who's too preoccupied with their own issues. I definitely understand what Lieutenant Munakata meant now. She told me that I've already grown enough, but since I've only been given half the duties of a real flight commander, I definitely still have a long way to go. Sure, I'm Storm Vanguard 1 and all, but Lieutenant Hayase's been juggling her duties as a unit commander while also maintaining her position as the unit's strongest pilot. I still can't compete with her. But I do want to reach her level, and I hope I can get there soon.
タケル、
Huh? Maya surprise.
今夕食か？最近そなたはいつも遅いな。
Yeah, I was in the meeting with the other flight commanders.
なるほど。早瀬中尉と宗像中尉はどうした？
Seems like they're working through dinner, but hey, don't just stand there. Have a seat.
ああ、そうだな。失礼するぞ。
So hey, I wanted to thank you.
なんだ、やぶから棒に。
Well, I can tell you're really making an effort to help Sumika feel welcome.
なんだ、そのようなことか。
I don't really know if she's still nervous about all this or not, but I'd appreciate it if you kept that up. I could tell Maya more about Sumika even if it has to be fairly vague, or I should probably tell Maya more. Sumika saw that image that flashed through my mind, so we really need Maya to get along with her. And more importantly, I wouldn't want to keep my guiding light completely in the dark.
そなたがそれを私に頼むのは、鏡が同じ特殊任務に従事する戦友だからか？
Huh?
それとも、鏡がそなたの幼馴染だからか？
Huh?
あるいは、それ以外に何がしかの理由があるから。
Why is she asking that? How much does Maya know? Well, I think all the old squad mates remember Sumika's name, so... Like, remember that we asked about Sumika's name, so they probably all have an inkling. That's probably why it was a little awkward in the initial greetings. Yeah, so... about that. Damn it, she beat me to the punch. This is awkward. But what?
そんな思い詰めた顔をするでない。
Huh? Does it look like I am?
何も特殊任務の機密情報を教えろと言っているのではない。
Yeah, I know.
鏡は、そなたにとってかけがえのない存在なのであろう。
Huh?
もっとわかりやすく言えば、そなたは鏡を愛しているのであろう。
How did you... No, it doesn't matter how she figured it out. Mia's always treated me the same way, no matter what world or situation we found ourselves in. Don't do it. Don't do it, game. It's annoying. Even when I was making a total ass of myself, spouting off my uninformed opinions like a kid throwing a tantrum, she never gave up on me. Even when I convinced myself that I was the only one who could save the world and everyone else was just an obstacle. Even when I abandoned everything after having my whole world flipped upside down. Mia's always been there to tell me that what I needed to hear with complete and total honesty, no matter what she was going through in her own life and no matter how much pain she was in. So the least I can do is show her the same respect and be as upfront with her as I possibly can. You're right, I'm in love with Sumika.
そうか。立ち入ったことを聞いてしまったな。許すがよい。
No, it's fine. You're fine. I just thought it might make things a little awkward if I spelled it out that plainly.
それは逆だ。はっきりさせておいた方がお互いにとってやりやすい。
Really?
そうだ。
Yeah, on second thought, she's probably right. When you don't know for sure, you tend to tiptoe around the subject, and that makes things a lot more awkward for both parties. The night after Operation 21st, do you remember how I was telling you I found a tangible reason for fighting?
ああ、特殊任務の達成がそなたの身近な理由だったな。
Back then, I couldn't put it any other way because the fact that Sumiko even existed was still top secret, but I promise I wasn't...
よい、皆まで言うな。
Huh?
誰もそなたが個人感情を優先したとか公私混同しているなどとは思っておらん。
But
これまでのそなたの言動が私たちにそう思わせるのだ。
all of you?
本当によかったな。
Huh?
鏡と再び巡り会えて本当によかったな。
Mia.
訓練兵だった頃、そなたから生き別れの幼なじみの話を聞かされた者は皆同じ思いだぞ。
So when you said I've shown all of you, I'm not that kind of man, you meant?
榊たちも皆そなたが鏡と再会できたことを
There we go.
喜んでいるぞ。
I had no idea you guys felt that way.
そしてそなたと鏡がお互いを思っていること皆にも分かっているようだぞ。
I'm sorry, I really wasn't trying to hide it from everyone.
詫びる必要などない。そもそもオルタネイティブ計画の特殊任務に関わる人物の素性など明かされた側も困惑する。
Well, thanks. It makes me feel a lot better to hear you say that.
礼には及ばぬ。当然のことだ。
Maybe I was just being stupid, but I kind of felt like you guys might think I was only working so hard because of her, so I was a little hesitant to say anything about it.
バカ者、見損なってくれるな。
Huh?
申したであろう。そなたが市場を優先しているなどと誰も思っておらぬと。そなたがこれまで周囲の者や任務、あらゆる者に対してどれほど真剣に関わってきたかを皆見てきているのだぞ。そなたが己の都合のみを優先するならば、125事件の際、チリジリになった皆の心を何とかまとめようと骨を折ることなどするまい。まして詐欺り大尉を向こうに回して損得感情に見合わない危険なおとり役など志願するはずはあるまい。
But we didn't know. We didn't know what Sumita at that point. But yeah, we're fighting for her, but we're not just doing it for her. Well, we kind of are, but we are trying to save the world. We're not being selfish. We're being a little selfish, but not completely.
神宮寺軍曹の死に過剰な責任を感じ、あれほど取り乱したそなたを、甲21号作戦の際、単独陽動を買って出たそなたを、何をもって私利私欲を優先するような男だと断じろというのだ。それとも何か、私たちがそなたをそのような男だと曲解するほど腐った根性の持ち主だとでも思っているのか？
No, I don't think that, but I did all of those things for my own selfish reasons. Ultimately, everything I've done so far has been to fulfill the same personal objectives I mentioned to you the other day.
それで十分だ。
Huh?
すべてがそなたの目的のため、結果的にそなたに利することであったとしても、それで十分ではないか。一昨日そなたが言ったように、いすみ大尉が思い人や家族のために手動起爆を決断していたとしても、多くの命を救った事実は不変だ。
True,
そなた
yeah.
は自分で大尉の決断や行為を認めていたではないか。講師の要求を高いレベルで両立させていればそれで良いのではなかったの
That's
か。
what we're doing now. True, true. Mia really is the guiding light, huh?
戦
Just
うに
spitting
際して
facts.
私的なごく身近な理由を持つことは素晴らしいことなのであろう。だからこそ私にそれを見つけようと言ってくれたのではないのか。
Yeah, it is.
ではその素晴らしさを己が態度で私に示すがよい。今度ばかりは口だけではない。確かそう言っておったな。どうだ、己が他人を諭した言葉が続けざまに返ってくる時の気分は。
It sucks.
いい君だ。
Yeah, we did the same thing to Mia, right?
思い知るがよい。
Heh.
私も皆も自分の意志でそなたを信じているのだ。誰に強制されたものでもない。己が成してきたことに自信を持て。 そしてもっと堂々としているがよい。
Thanks, Maya. I'm really lucky to have such amazing friends. There's always been so much on my plate that I couldn't tell anyone about. Well, with the alternative program, the 00 unit, not to mention the fact that I've traveled between worlds and looped through time as the causality conductor. And since it's been such a pain to keep track of what's kosher to talk about and what's not, I think that maybe I figured it would be easier to not tell anyone anything at all. In retrospect, I sure wish I talked more about my problems to these guys, and just left out the classified parts. Why was I so determined to handle it all on my own, anyway? I should have had more faith in everyone else. I think that was just me being pretentious, as per usual, which means Maya hit the nail on the head yet again. She really is my guiding light. That's what I said. Besides those times we had those like morality debates about the volcano stuff and some of the other stuff that I wasn't fully on board with her, but not. It was more neutral. But she's been clutching for the last couple episodes for a while.
人間であれば愛する者こそその幸福や生命を脅かすあらゆるものから遠ざかっていてほしいと願うはずだ。舞台で出会い愛し合った者同士であれば互いの危険は覚悟の上のことであろう。だがそなたたちはそうではない。それが分かっているがゆえ榊たちもそなたと鏡の姿に心打たれるのであろうな。
You really think so?
だがそなたたちは油断したな。私もそうだが、皆それぞれにそなたと鏡の姿を目撃していたらしいぞ。
Oh? Oh crap, you mean everyone else did too?
少なくとも元207
Oh, we didn't know that.
たちはな。
Holding that on us a bit.
PX でそう話していた。
Well, I guess I was just too preoccupied to be as careful as I should have been.
ああ、傍から見ていても気の毒なほどだったぞ。
Aw, seriously, was I really that obvious?
鏡へのクリスマスプレゼントを考えている時のそなたのほうけ顔は今でも忘れることができんな。
Come on, no reason to remember that.
鎧に XM3 の講義を強いられた際も特殊任務といえばよいものをバカ正直に口ごもっておったな。
Let's forget that one too, shall we?
作戦前の晩、私がそなたと鏡を目撃した話をした際の表情もなかなかに芸術的であったぞ。
I'm getting bullied. No fair. Oh yeah, dude, I was totally stunned. Though I think I was even more surprised that you developed such strong female intuition.
そなた、バカにしているのか？私だって一応女だぞ。
We're mocking you. You are correct.
持ち合わせておる。
Oh, trust me, I'm well aware.
分かっておらん。
Oh, come on, don't be like that. You know I'm just joking around.
分かっておる。そなたにそれを期待してはおらぬ。
Huh? In what department?
こっちの話だ。気にするでないぞ。
Man, why do you have to be like that? I know I got flustered over Mia taking the initiative on this one, but I still need to make an effort to tell her more about Sumita. Even if I have to be vague, I really want Mia to understand her better. I'm not doing this as penance or anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and embarrass myself even further here, if that's alright.
なんだ、先ほどまでに十分堪能したが、あれ以上なのか？
I mean, don't get me wrong, I realize it's super lame of me to turn around and spill our whole backstory to you immediately after you busted me, but I still think it's the right thing to do.
ほう、そこまで開き直る覚悟か。大したものだ。
Obviously, there's still a ton of stuff about Sumita that's secret, so I can't give you all the details, but I've been relying on that excuse for far too long now. Like you said before, I've been operating under a lot of false assumptions thus far. I had a hard time telling the difference between confiding in you guys and being dependent on you. So, if you would rather I not say anything, I won't, but I would like to tell you, as proof that I believe you when you say you believe in me.
なるほどな。
I want you to understand some things about the two of us, and if that's okay with you, I want you to keep them in mind when you're dealing with her.
よかろう。自分で言った言葉の責任は取る。また後で投げ返されてはかなわんからな。
Yeah, you always know I always remember.
だが、条件がある。
What is it?
そなたも重々承知しているとは思うが、機密情報の類は一切話すでないぞ。
Yeah, I know.
そなたを人間として信ずる以上に優秀な軍人であることをも信じた上で話を聞くのだ。そこを履き違えてくれるな。
Of course, I can't put my feelings before my duties.
これまで堅なに秘密を守ってきたからこそ、そなたは皆の信用を勝ち取ってきたということを忘れるでないぞ。
Don't worry, I won't betray your trust.
では聞こう。
Alright, this is gonna take a while. I guess I should probably start from the beginning. Sumito was my next door neighbor growing up. We never spent a day apart until around 3 years ago.
確かこの町に住んでいたのであったな。
Yeah, we did, but then one day the two of us got separated and I became convinced that Sumito was no longer in this world. A lot of things happened in the years after that, and then 2 months ago, Hito sensei took me in and enrolled me in our base's training academy. During the basic training, she had to help me out with some of her experiments on the side. Or she had me help out with some of her experiments on the side, and that's when I came up with the XM3. You know most of this already though, so I'm just gonna skip over it.
構わん。
After Sergeant Juji's death, I tried to escape the pain by running off somewhere else.
例の特殊任務だな。
Right, and while I was out there on the front lines, I ran into Sumika and several other people I never thought I'd see again, including Marimo-chan and you, of course. But I got careless and got yet another person killed, leaving Sumika gravely injured in the process.
何？任務は成功だったと聞いているが。
By Yuta Sensei's standards, maybe, but for me, it was just a repeat of the same mistakes all over again.
そうであったのか。
That's when I finally stopped trying to run away. It wasn't until then that I really steeled my resolve.
それがそなたが言っていた壊してしまったもの、失ってしまったものなのか。
You got it. Once I returned from the mission, I learned that Sumika had been involved with the alternative program as well. In fact, she'd been a part of it for years and in a much more critical role than me.
怪我は
Apparently, she'd been in bad shape for a really long time, even before what happened during my mission. Her memories and sight had been in tatters for years before we met back up again. They were able to treat her physical injuries, but psychologically, she seemed to be beyond help. She spent most of her time just staring off into space, but sometimes she'd have these violent panic attacks, where she started screaming and crying and shaking as if she was terrified of something, and nothing we did seemed to help. But apparently she did amazingly well in her combat training. Even in the psychological state, she still performed great. That's what I meant when I said I had too much on my plate back then. I was doing everything in my power to help restore her sanity. That's when I came up with the idea to give her a Christmas present. Just like I always used to, I figured it might just help bring her memories back. In the same vein, I thought that taking her someplace we shared a lot of memories together might spark some sort of response inside of her. Basically, I was just grasping at straws.
それがあの夜か。
She's the pilot of the Susanoo, so technically I can say that I was doing all of this to help humanity win and secure a future for the human race.
作戦前の晩にそなたが言っていた特殊任務の成功が身近な目標とはそういう意味だったのか。
Yeah, but I can't deny the fact that my personal feelings for Sumika and my desire to do more for her have grown stronger and stronger as time goes on. That's what made it so hard for me to tell you guys anything, well, other than that it was top secret. When I ran into her on that special mission, I knew once and for all that I was in love with her. Because that's when I realized that the thought of losing her again scared me more than anything else in the world. But that just made it all the more difficult to balance my professional goals with my personal feelings. I kept telling myself that I was only trying to bring her back to normal for humanity's sake, and I was just fulfilling my duty, but I still couldn't shake the feeling that I was betraying you guys somehow. But then I remembered everything I've learned from all the people I've met over these past few years, including the old woman at Mount Tendon, and the previous versions of you guys I met in the previous timeline. That includes everyone in our squad, as well as their families, Major Walken and Captain Sagiri, Sergeant Jinruji, and everyone in A01. But without a doubt, the people who inspired me the most were you, First Lieutenant Tsukiyomi, and the Shogun. I learned so much from the three of you about loyalty to the mission, sorting out your personal emotions, and adapting to the circumstances that fate places us in. It's thanks to you three that I've been able to maintain somewhat a reasonable balance for this long.
そうか。
Captain Isumi's sacrifice during Operation 21st taught me that it was possible to fulfill both one's professional duties and one's personal objectives at the same time. And now I finally feel like I can move forward without any hesitation, something I owe to each and every one of you. Anyway, after we got back from Operation 21st, for whatever reason, she started recovering at an unbelievable rate. She isn't completely back to normal just yet, but Sensei said that she's getting better every day. And yesterday, when Sumika was assigned to Unit A01, well, it was the first time since we reunited that I'd seen her interacting so naturally with people. Even with me, she'd never been able to talk like that, but with you guys, she could hold a perfectly normal conversation. It sounds like she's managed to recover her memories, and her emotions seem a lot more stable now, too. It's like she's the girl I used to know again.
そうだったのか。
She got dragged into a bunch of things she had no control of and hurt so badly that spent years cooped up in this dark, desolate room, unable to move. So this is her first time she's been herself in years. I don't know if she's just nervous or what, but she's a lot quieter than before. She was always so positive and chipper, kind of like a hyperactive puppy. That's a good description of her. Maybe I'm asking for too much, but I really want her to go back to being that way. I'm sure you figured this out based on the story so far, but my feelings for her are one-sided as of right now. I haven't even asked her how she feels about me, and we're obviously not going out, so it's really nothing more than that. I mean, she did cry for my help back when she was really in distress, but for all I know, she was just clinging to me because she didn't have anyone else.
そうだったのか。
Told you it was lame.
いや、そなたは立派だ。
Come on, you don't have to try to cheer me up. It's just gonna make me feel even more embarrassed about this.
今の話を聞いていて、自分の考えがいかに歪小で浅ましいものか思い知らされ。
Yeah, well, welcome to the club. You've given me similar wake-up calls more times than I could count. But hey, there's nothing wrong with keeping each other honest if that helps us grow, right?
確かに普通であればそうなのだが。
Besides, I had to cut out all the classified details, so you should probably take it all with a grain of salt. This nuts part, though, actually does have more to do with our mission than anything else.
なんだ
To keep the Susanoo functioning at peak efficiency, it's vital that we keep Sumika in a stable emotional state, since she'll be the one piloting it.
確かにな。
I think she's having trouble adjusting to her sudden recovery, especially since we're asking her to try to form friendships again so abruptly.
話を聞く限り想像に難くないな。
But according to Sensei, kickstarting her social life again should be hugely beneficial to her mental health.
なるほどな。
I don't expect you to be her best friend or anything, but I do hope you can try to work with her outside of the mission as well.
任務であれ個人的にであれ、私がその申し出を断る理由はない。
Really? Oh, thanks a ton, Mia.
何礼には及ばぬが、何故その話を私に？
Well, because you're the one who helped me get past my reluctance to talk about this stuff. I could have never been so brazen about this before.
なるほど。自分の行動結果の責任を取れということか。
No, that's not what I meant at all. I wanted you to know, because you're more than just a comrade to me, you're my guiding light.
私が
It's kind of embarrassing to say out loud.
尊い存在？
Kind of like what First Lieutenant Suzumiya is for Lieutenant Hayase. This was something that came up when I was talking to Lieutenant Munakata yesterday. She said that people never really stop growing and maturing. She told me I've gotten to the point where I was starting to understand myself as an individual. And she said that people who understand themselves can grow through 100 identical challenges and grow a little more every single time. But when you start to worry that maybe you've strayed down the wrong path, that's when you need a guiding light to show you the way. That could be anyone, as long as they know who you really are deep down. Doesn't matter how old they are, or what gender, or how long you've known them. It's someone who listens to you when you're down, gives you candid advice when you need it, and smacks some sense into you when you royally screw up. Not to lay on the pressure or anything, but you're the first person who comes to mind that fits that description, Mia.
なんとも光栄なことだ。
And I just thought it would be nice if you could be something like that for Sumika as well.
なるほど。
No pressure or anything, just wishful thinking on my part, that's all. Normally I wouldn't even have the guts to say this, but thanks to you, the words came out really easily. I feel a lot better knowing that Sumika had someone like you she could open up to. Sensei originally wanted the two of you to bond so that Sumika would stop worrying about the weird fantasy I had, but that barely even enters the equation for me at this point.
今の私も鏡と同じようなものなのかもしれんな。
Huh?
あの者の過酷な運命と比すること自体おこがましいが、何かから解き放たれたはよいが、何をしてよいかもわからず、何かを探し求めもがく様。他人事とは思えぬな。
Sure, that's comparable, I guess. Maya?
話は分かった。先ほども申したが、私に断る理由はない。
Thank you, Maya. Please do help her out if you can.
良いのだ。
I'm not expecting miracles or anything, of course. Don't put too much pressure on yourself.
分かっておる。
She doesn't have any close friends or comrades she can lean on right now. Just treat her like one would be more than enough.
友か。
Hmm?
世が世であれば、私と鏡は本当の意味での友というものになれたのかもしれんな。
Hey, that does happen. Yeah, maybe so. Well, I know I'm not much of a friend, but I hope that someday I can be a guiding light for you as well, or at least a confidant. I want you to think of me as a confidant, and I'll do everything I can to make that happen.
それは難しいな。
Can't really confide in you about her feelings for you. It's a little awkward. Yeah, I know, but I'm not even close to earning that right yet, but I'm gonna work my ass off to get there.
そうか。
Just you watch, one of these days you have no choice but to admit it.
私もそうなれば良いと思う。
I swear I'll make it happen, and when it does, I'll finally repay you for everything. If so, that'll wipe out the beta and deal with whatever turned me into a causality conductor before I can head home, right? Should give me plenty of time to work with.
さて、長くなってしまった。私はそろそろ部屋へ戻る。
Alright, we got mock battles again tomorrow, don't we? Probably gonna be another long day.
ではな。おやすみ、タケル。
Hey, thanks for everything, I mean it.
それはお互い様だ。
Good night. I couldn't tell her everything, given how much top secret information is involved, but I'm glad I at least got the chance to be upfront with her about my feelings for Sumika. It kind of feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders, a really big and heavy one. But, I mean, these are things I've never told anyone but Yuko-sensei before. It only made sense that I'd feel relieved. And, of course, having one other person on the team who knows what Sumika's been through makes me feel a lot less anxious, but how she'll get along with the rest of the group. Looks like I owe you one yet again, Maya. Alright, we're gonna end here, though. Thank you guys for watching. Nice little talk with our guiding lights. It's a cool title. It's a little embarrassing to say out loud. But yeah, I mean, it was almost kind of a recap, but it's nice to have a nice one-to-one with Maya. And it kind of makes up for when Takeru was ready to tell the main Atsuverse about her feelings for Sumika and let her down gently, but he didn't get to, obviously, because she lost her memories of him. This is kind of a replacement of that. Kind of. Not fully, but kind of like comparable, I think. But yeah, thanks for watching, and next time, I don't know, will Sumika be more responsive? She seems to be, like, at least to me, it seems like she's kind of distancing herself a bit. Like, she's kind of putting on an act that she's really, like, enjoying her time, but it still seems a little awkward. So we gotta iron out those crinkles and make her feel more comfortable with the team. But yeah, we'll try to do that next time, probably.